Hi, it's Miss Park again, and this is part 3 of trigonometry, and I believe it'll be the last part, just of the angles around the unit circle. So in previous lessons, we learned how to find sine, cosine, tan of angles that are anywhere from 0 to 360 degrees. And in particular, we can find the ones without a calculator. So let's say, for example, 30 degrees here, because we know the special triangles, right? We put the labels on, and we could find the sine, cosine, tan using the ratios. And we also learned that if this triangle is somewhere else, not in quadrant 1, so let's say quadrant 3, if you know the measure of the angle, so let's say it's 210 degrees, you can find the related angle, which is 30 degrees, and label the sides of the triangle accordingly, and notice which one's negative. And so find sine, cosine, tan using these side lengths. Okay, so we've done all this already. So what I wanted to show you today is, what if I ask you for sine of 390 degrees? Okay, so we've never had angles that are greater than 360, right? In grade 10, we never had anything greater than 180. Now we can go all the way around the circle and get to 360. What if I give you something bigger than 360, right? Then what is that? So you're probably already thinking of what it is. Here's 0, 90, 180, 270, 360, and you keep going. 390 would be over here, right? So I'm just going to draw it like this. I think I went too far. So 390 would be till about there, and that would be 390. And what that means is, because we've wrapped around the circle a full time, we're left with 30 degrees. So 390 and 30 degrees are called, so there is a word, coterminal. This word was introduced in the very first lesson. Coterminal, it means, remember, co means together, like cooperate, and terminal means end or ending. So they end together, right? 390 ends up with this terminal arm. So if I asked you for the sine of 390, that's really the same as the sine of 30 degrees. And the sine of 30 degrees is this picture up here. So whenever we're asked to find trig ratios of bigger angles, so for example, page 143. So 143 has all this stuff at the top. I'm not even going to look at it. I don't know if you can look at it if you want, but I won't use it. But over here, all of these in example 1, you know how to find. That's from our part 2 lesson. And then for example 2, when you're looking at coterminal, you have to see how many, you have to go around the circle a couple times or once or 5 times or whatever, and then see what's left over. So the sine of 420, for example, is the same as the sine of 60 degrees. Because if you take away 360 degrees, you end up being in the same spot with both of these. And this one, you know how to figure out in the regular way using the special triangles. Tan 855. So subtract some 360s from 855. Okay, if you want to use the calculator for this part, you can. I think if you subtract 2 360s, so that's subtracting 720, I think you end up with 135 degrees. And 135 degrees, you know what to do. So just to remind you, you're going to draw a diagram for every question. You're going to label the angle. Then you're going to draw the triangle for every question. Find the related angle. It's 45 degrees. Label the triangle 1, 1, root 2. And then remember that this adjacent side is negative. And now we can find tan of 855. So we'll write it like this. Tan of 855 is equal to tan of 135, which is equal to, and just read it, 1 over negative 1, which is equal to negative 1. So all of these steps are expected. It's expected that you figure out what the coterminal angle is. You figure out, you draw your you draw your diagram with the triangle in the correct quadrant. You label the triangle with all of its sides. And then you calculate the trig ratio. Always leave the numerator and denominator there so that we are sure that you're getting those numbers from the special triangle and not from the calculator. And then you can simplify. All right, look at this one. It's negative, right? So remember, with negative angles, we have to go around the other way, right? But it's the same steps. And if we look at the next page, okay, there's lots of these. So do some, you don't have to do them all. But you'll notice as you do them that sometimes they're not special triangles. So for example, this one over here, tan of 732, we can't do that with a special triangle. Even if you subtract away 720, like 2 times around, you get tan 12 degrees. We don't know what tan 12 degrees is. So you can use a calculator. So I'm going to do this one, and I'll show you using the calculator, but the method is exactly the same. You have to find the coterminal angle. So you can take away some 360s. You can take away, it looks like you can take away 2 of them. You end up with 12 degrees. Okay, draw 12 degrees. It's in quadrant 1. Okay, and now I'm going to have to find, so I'm going to say tan of 732 degrees equals the tan of 12 degrees. And then now it's going to be a calculator question because I don't know this angle. All right, so tan 12, 0.213, approximately 0.213. Okay, and that's how you would do it. So otherwise, you're drawing a special triangle in here, labeling the sides, and then writing the tan is opposite over adjacent. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. Keep practicing. Thanks for watching.